Hi, I'm Nick, and this is my wife, Katie.
Hi guys.
Today, we want to tell you how our 10-year-old daughter, Sana, became someone's miracle. Sana was our only child, bright smile, endless energy, and a heart too big for her little body. Since she was a toddler, she had this beautiful habit of talking to everyone. Shopkeepers, neighbors, strangers in the park, she saw friends everywhere.
Moved to Elm Street, everything felt new and unfamiliar. We both worked long hours. And after school, Sana often stayed home for a short while before visiting a neighbor, an old man everyone called Mr. Kite.
Mr. Kite lived alone in a large, aging mansion at the end of the street. The paint was peeling, the garden overgrown, but inside that house lived a gentle soul. His wife and children had passed away in a tragic car accident a year earlier. Since then, he had no one. Except Sana.
She would visit him after school. They cooked together, laughed together, and sometimes she would sit quietly while he told her stories about his younger days. To her, he wasn't the lonely old man. He was just Grandpa Kite. We never worried. He was kind, respectful, and genuinely cared for her.
But one evening changed everything. The day everything felt wrong. It was a normal afternoon. Sana skipped down Elm Street with her school bag bouncing against her back. But as she approached Mr. Kite's mansion, something felt off. The front gate was slightly open. There were unfamiliar cars parked outside. Strangers were entering the house. Sana stopped. Her heart began to beat faster. Mr. Kite never had visitors. The only people who ever came were Sana and the postman. Something wasn't right.
Quietly, carefully, she stepped closer. She didn't go inside. Instead, she tiptoed to a side window she had looked through many times before while waiting for him to open the door. What she saw made her freeze. Inside the bedroom, Mr. Kite was tied to a chair with rope. His mouth was covered. He was struggling. Sana's world felt like it had shattered into silence. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. She was only 10, but in that moment, fear and courage fought inside her. And courage won. The bravest decision instead of screaming. Instead of running home in panic, Sana stepped back quietly. She didn't make a sound. She ran, not away, but toward help.
She knocked on the nearest house door. Her hands were shaking. Her voice trembled, but she forced the words out. Please, please call the police. They tied Mr. Kite. Something is wrong. Seeing a child pale and terrified was enough. The neighbors immediately called the police. Within minutes, sirens filled Elm Street. The strangers were caught before they could escape.
Mr. Kite was rescued, alive, because a 10-year-old chose to act instead of freeze. After that, when we got the call, our hearts nearly stopped. But when we saw Sana standing there, small, shaken, but strong, we realized something. Our daughter wasn't just friendly. She wasn't just extroverted. She was brave.
The mayor later honored her with a bravery award. Her photo appeared in the local newspaper, a tiny girl with big courage. But the real reward? The day Mr. Kite hugged her with tears in his eyes and said,
"You saved my life, little hero."
And that's how our daughter, Sana, became someone's savior. Please like and subscribe to see more stories like this.